Our last location that we're going to visit is the Smithsonian American Art Museum. And we're going to zoom in there now. Maybe. There we go. And here we are going to look at some paintings that were painted during the Civil War era, so in the 1860s. Before we look at any paintings, we're going to look at our beautiful American Art Museum. So you can see we have a cool 3D building that we can look at with it. We can zoom in close, and they even have details of the posters that are hanging. We can come and look at some pictures of what it might look like if we were actually there. Looks like a sunny day in Washington, D.C. when these were taken. There's one at night. This is around us. Look at that one. There's the plaque that says the name of the museum. Okay, so now we're gonna go and look at the gallery. You can see that this is a really big museum, so it has lots and lots of galleries in it. There's one specifically that we're going to look at, and that's the American Art Gallery. And then within that gallery, we're going to look at the display of the Civil War and American art. So as a class right now, we're going to look at a painting and look at what we notice in it. So first of all, this painting is called The Cotton Pickers, and it was painted by Winslow Homer in 1876. We're going to look at a bigger version. What are some things that you notice when you first look at this painting? Thank you, those were some great comments. When I look at this painting, the first thing that I notice is the colors. So I notice that it looks like it's starting to get into twilight toward the end of the day. I can kind of tell that based on the fact that these girls both have really heavy, she has a heavy bag, she has a heavy basket. I can tell that they're workers, not just from the fact that they're out in the field, but they're wearing really plain clothing, bonnets to protect them from the sun. And one other thing that I noticed in this painting is that this girl here, her apron is shifting, and I know that it's not from the wind because I don't see anything else that's being shifted from the wind. No one else's clothes or their dresses aren't being shifted. It doesn't look like the plants are being moved by the wind. So I can tell that it is being caught right here on a plant. So that tells me that maybe cotton plants are kind of prickly and it's easy to snag your clothing or maybe even your skin on the cotton. So after looking at this painting, I can tell a little bit more about the culture in this area right now. It's in the South because they're growing cotton, I know that. And maybe these girls are slaves, most likely. So yeah, we can tell a lot from these paintings when we look closely at them. Now in your groups, I want each group, I have a list of paintings in this gallery that you can look at. So as a group, I want you to pick 5 paintings and discuss with your group the things that you notice. There's a mix. They come from both the South and the North at this time. So try and get a good variety so you can kind of compare and contrast, find the similarities and the differences between the two cultures. So what's the culture like in the South at that time? What's it like in the North at that time? And after you've talked with your group about that for a little bit, after you finish talking about 5 paintings, I want you to pick one. It can be one that you looked at in your group, or it can be another one off of the list. And I want you to write just 1 or 2 paragraphs picking out details in the painting and telling me about, or telling your audience, not necessarily me, about what you think it says about the culture, and use evidence to support what you're saying.